At the start of the film, a scene set in the Mojave Desert in 2015 is shown. A glowing time portal suddenly opens, and 3 people step out of it. The scene then shifts to the other side of the portal, where an agent named Cooper is monitoring the situation. He asks his 2 men where the others have gone. They inform him that 3 more people have just traveled through the portal and arrived in Los Angeles in 2015. Without hesitation, Cooper decides to follow them, but before he leaves, his superior warns him that the portal will only stay open for 48 hours. If he doesn't return before then, he will be trapped and killed. However, Cooper ignores the warning and jumps through the portal, arriving in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, in the city, Detective Lisa, a determined police officer, receives an urgent order to track down a man named Vernon. Wasting no time, she sets out to find him. On the other side of town, the 3 mysterious travelers from the portal manage to hitch a ride with a driver. As they sit in the car, one of them places his hand on the driver's head. In an instant, the driver seems disoriented, as if his mind has been erased. Then he suddenly speaks, saying he preferred his old body. It becomes clear that these 3 are not ordinary humans. They are alien beings with the ability to take over and transform into other people's bodies. Meanwhile, Lisa spots Vernon sitting near a petrol pump. As she approaches him, he tells her she should go home. But Vernon, looking worried, insists that the world is in danger. Lisa doesn't take his warning seriously and decides to take him home anyway. Later that night, Lisa sits alone, lost in her thoughts. She considers going to see her husband, Tom, despite the fact that he cheated on her. The next morning, Cooper's introduced. He meets a police officer named Jerkins and introduces himself as a special agent. Cooper explains that he is searching for a smart and highly intelligent man. Jerkins leads him to Lisa, believing she can help. Cooper tells Lisa that he needs to track down some people, so she agrees to assist him. They get into her car and begin their search. Elsewhere, the 3 aliens, still adjusting to their surroundings, notice a large poster advertising a space center. One of them points at it, declaring that they should go there, steal a spaceship, and return to their home planet, Armada. If they bring news of this newly discovered planet, they will be seen as heroes. Excited by the idea, they head straight to the space center, expecting to find a working spacecraft. But upon arrival, they are disappointed to learn that the spaceship on display is only a model, not a real one. Realizing their mistake, they leave the space center, frustrated but determined to find another way home. Meanwhile, Cooper hands Lisa a photograph of 2 individuals taken from a horoscope. Curious, Lisa asks who they are. Cooper responds with a serious expression, explaining that these 2 are dangerous killers who will stop at nothing and take as many lives as possible. Just then, an alert pops up on Lisa's laptop, updating the location of a missing car. Wasting no time, she and Cooper rush to the scene. When they arrive, they find the abandoned vehicle. Inside, Cooper spots a cap. Recognizing it instantly, he tells Lisa that it belongs to his partner. Lisa, puzzled, asks where his partner is. Cooper, frustrated, admits that he doesn't know. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the city, one of the 3 aliens, still in the form of the car driver, pretends to be unconscious on the ground. The second alien approaches a nearby girl named Stacy and urgently calls for help. Stacy, believing the man is in distress, kneels down and begins to give him CPR. In that moment, the alien places his hand on her, transferring his consciousness into her body. Stacy's body jolts as the alien fully takes over, while the driver's former body lies lifeless. As Lisa and Cooper continue their search, they come across the corpse of the man whose body had just been taken over by the alien. Cooper immediately pieces the situation together, realizing that all 3 aliens must be somewhere close by. Spotting a woman nearby, Cooper approaches her and asks what happened. The woman explains that she saw a girl performing CPR on the man, but right after that, she suddenly ran away. Cooper listens carefully, now certain that the aliens have changed bodies again. Just as Cooper and Lisa prepare to leave, they are interrupted by Tom, Lisa's husband. He storms over, demanding to know why she is filing for divorce. Lisa, not wanting to engage, refuses to answer. Frustrated, Tom begins raising his voice at her. Cooper quickly steps in, staring Tom down. He grabs Tom's hand firmly and tells him to apologize to Lisa. Feeling pressured, Tom reluctantly mutters an apology and walks away quietly. Once Tom is gone, Lisa turns to Cooper and finally tells him that Tom is her husband. Meanwhile, the 3 aliens are deep in conversation, discussing their next move. One of them states that they should eliminate everyone, but Stacy, now in her new human form, disagrees. She argues that they need intelligent humans to help them operate more efficiently. She suggests building a powerful transmitter to send all the necessary information about Earth to their home planet, Armada. If successful, more of their kind will arrive, and Earth will become their new home. Later, one of the aliens approaches a journalist named Jackson. He praises Jackson for an article he recently wrote about extraterrestrial signals, pretending to be impressed by his research. Before Jackson can respond, another alien suddenly appears and grips his hand. The alien then places his palm on Jackson's head, causing a rapid transfer of consciousness. Jackson's body stiffens for a moment before his eyes take on a strange glow. The alien has now fully taken over his body. Meanwhile, Cooper and Lisa are driving through the city when Cooper spots Jackson in the crowd, now controlled by the alien. Recognizing something is wrong, he immediately jumps out of the car and chases after him. Lisa, on the other hand, notices another alien and starts following them separately. The chase leads Lisa to a parking area where the alien she was pursuing quickly hides inside a parked car. Determined, Lisa carefully searches the area and eventually finds the alien. She pulls out her gun and orders them to raise their hands, keeping them at gunpoint. Just as she moves in to handcuff the alien, it suddenly lunges at her, knocking the gun from her hand. Before Lisa can react, the alien places its hand on her head, attempting to take over her body. As the alien tries to invade her mind, Lisa experiences terrifying and disorienting visions. Flashes of strange landscapes, unknown stars, and an overwhelming sense of loss of control. Summoning all her strength, she manages to break free, shoving the alien away just in time. By sheer luck, Cooper arrives at the scene. The aliens, seeing him, immediately panic and attempt to flee. Cooper fires his weapon, hitting one of them. However, before he can reach the wounded alien, it rapidly transforms its body, shifting into the form of a young boy and escaping into the streets. The three aliens eventually regroup at their hideout. Jackson, now fully integrated into his new body, warns Stacy and the other alien that Agent Cooper is on to them. Realizing that they must act quickly, the three of them place their hands on each other's heads. In doing so, they share all the information they've gathered, instantly reliving each other's encounters. Now completely in sync, they prepare for their next move. Stacy, now fully aware of the danger Agent Cooper poses, warns the other two aliens that they must be careful of him. They know he is actively hunting them and won't stop until he finds them. Meanwhile, Lisa, still processing everything that has happened, tells Cooper he can stay at her house for the night. Since Cooper had previously mentioned that he lived in another city, she offers this as a temporary arrangement. As the night goes on, Lisa falls asleep but is suddenly awakened by more strange visions. Flashes of unfamiliar places, distorted faces, and an overwhelming feeling of something being very wrong. Shaken, she gets up and quietly walks over to where Cooper is sleeping. Her suspicion growing, she carefully takes his from his jacket and returns to her room. She types his name into an online database, expecting to find information about him, but nothing comes up. Puzzled, she searches for his ID number instead, and her eyes widen when she sees 1947 printed on it. A deep sense of unease washes over her. Something about Cooper doesn't add up. The next morning, still unsure of who or what Cooper really is, Lisa decides to take precautions. She discreetly hides a gun under the dining table, preparing herself in case he turns out to be dangerous. As they sit down, she begins subtly questioning him, trying to get the truth out of him. Sensing her distrust, Cooper finally comes clean. He tells her that he has been in this timeline since 1951 and is part of a classified division known as the Army Intelligence Corporation. He explains that long ago, their organization captured several aliens and held them in a secure base. However, 3 of them managed to escape using a time portal, and now he has come to track them down. Lisa's still skeptical, listens, but doesn't immediately believe his story. She challenges him, demanding more proof. That's when Cooper looks her in the eyes and says something that stops her cold. He only has 24 hours left. If he doesn't return through the time portal within that time, he will die. But worse than that, if the aliens succeed in their mission, they will bring their species to Earth, and humanity will be doomed. Though Lisa is still unsure if she fully trusts him, something about his urgency and conviction makes her reconsider. If what he is saying is even partly true, then the entire world is in danger. Hesitantly, she agrees to go with him, knowing that she needs to see this through. Lisa and Cooper arrive at Jackson's house after learning that his wife had filed a missing person report. There they discover that Jackson was a writer who had published articles about extraterrestrials. As they leave, Lisa notices a satellite dish at his home and realizes that Jackson isn't trying to return to his planet. Instead, he's planning to bring his people to Earth. Sitting in the car, Lisa questions Cooper about the aliens they had captured, asking if they were all dangerous. Cooper clarifies that only 3 were hostile. He explains that in 1947, after a mysterious crash, multiple aliens arrived, but only one survived, a being named Albert. The government kept Albert in a secret facility, while the 3 hostile aliens were later sent from another planet with a mission to kill kill him. Although they were captured, they eventually escaped. Cooper further reveals that Albert helped them learn how to protect Earth and even taught them time travel. Lisa speculates that the aliens must be trying to build a transmitter to send signals to their home planet, Armada. She guesses they might acquire the necessary parts from an antique shop. Acting on this hunch, they visit a local shop and ask the owner if anyone had recently tried to purchase a transmitter. He checks the CCTV footage, revealing that Stacy was there earlier looking for one. Wasting no time, Lisa and Cooper rush out to track her down, and by sheer luck, they spot her. Stacy transforms into a little girl and meets up with the other two aliens. In disguise, she tells Jackson to call Officer Jerkins and report everything about Cooper so that the authorities can arrest him. Jackson follows her instructions, leading Jerkins to confront Cooper. Accusing Lisa of keeping secrets, Jerkins tells her that he was sent to track down aliens, yet she never informed him about Cooper. With no choice, Jerkins takes Cooper into custody, intending to uncover the truth about him. That night, Lisa searches online for information about Cooper's wife, Virginia. She discovers that Virginia died in a plane crash while practicing flying. She also learns that her husband Cooper and her brother Vernon had been living there with her at the time. Hoping for more answers, Lisa visits Vernon's house. Vernon tells her that Cooper was like an older brother to him and that after Virginia's death, Cooper helped him by offering him work. When Lisa reveals that Cooper is back, Vernon urges her to help him. He explains that Cooper's mission is to stop the aliens from entering Earth's atmosphere through the time portal. As Lisa leaves Vernon's house, she unexpectedly runs into Tom. Apologizing for his earlier behavior, Tom suddenly attacks her, throwing her to the ground and placing his hand on her head. Lisa realizes in horror that an alien has taken over Tom's body and is now trying to possess her as well. Thinking quickly, she uses her electric-powered gun, shocking Tom just in time. The sudden jolt forces the alien out of his body, causing it to vanish. Wasting no time, Lisa immediately leaves the scene. Knowing that things are becoming more dangerous by the minute, Tom regains consciousness and, realizing the truth, goes to Jerkins' house with Vernon to convince him that Lisa was right. Jerkins finally believes them and releases Cooper. Meanwhile, Lisa and Cooper arrive at the aliens' hideout. Lisa warns Cooper to stay outside, suspecting the aliens might try to trick him by mimicking her. She enters alone, pretending to be one of them, but Stacy grows suspicious and insists they unite their minds to confirm her identity. Sensing danger, Lisa pulls out her gun just as Jackson prepares to attack. Before he can shoot, Cooper rushes in and kills him. Stacy then absorbs the alien inside Jackson and escapes. Trapped by a locked gate, Stacy is cornered by Lisa and Cooper. She pleads, "Will you really kill a child?" But Cooper replies, "You're not a child, you're an alien." Tom and the others arrive, and Tom assures Lisa that he's fine, making her realize the electric shock had freed him. She orders everyone to electrocute Stacy, forcing both alien entities inside her to emerge and disintegrate. Lisa then races to the transmitter, which is seconds away from sending a signal to Armada. She destroys its power source, shutting it down. However, it unexpectedly restarts, and Lisa finds the system locked. At the last moment, the now human Stacy recalls a password from her visions, unlocks the system, and shuts it down, preventing the alien invasion. Vernon is overjoyed to see Cooper again and embraces him, saying he thought he had lost him forever. However, he quickly reminds Cooper that his time is running out. He must return home before it's too late. As Cooper's 48-hour limit approaches, his condition deteriorates, making it difficult for him to stand. Lisa and Cooper finally reach the portal, but Cooper is too weak to walk. Without hesitation, Lisa helps him through the portal, and the moment they step inside, Cooper regains his strength completely. On the other side, Cooper's superior warns Lisa that she must return to 2015 immediately. Staying in another time would be fatal. He explains that they once sent a monkey through time as an experiment, and when it returned, it aged rapidly and died within moments. However, when flies from another timeline arrived, they lived 7 years longer than normal flies. This suggests that Cooper could survive longer in another time. With this knowledge, the superior sends Lisa back to her timeline. As she steps out of the portal, Lisa is surprised to find Cooper waiting for her. He smiles and tells her that she must have figured out the truth. Some beings can live longer in a different time than their own. Because of this, he has decided to stay in 2015 permanently. With a sense of newfound purpose, Lisa and Cooper get into the car and drive off. And with that, the movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If you did, don't forget to like the video and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the next explanation video. Thanks for watching.